Hello, welcome back to Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna continue from the last time. So basically, what we want to make is to create this kind of spiral coiling on top of a grease pencil. So it's just slight modifications to last time. So in the end, we should have something like this. So it's almost like almost fully perfect. There's sometimes the coiling is a bit funky there, here and there. Maybe I will figure out how and why to fix this, but so far I guess this should be working pretty well for most of the case. So it's almost like a telephone coiling. It should work pretty okay. So I'll start from the last time. So basically, if you want to ever search for the node, for example, you can just Google search LIVENODING, and I know number 622 is for this spiral laser blaster thing. All we need to do is just to get this link, blend zip, right click, copy link locations, and we just go to Blender. With Fairchalk add-on, you can load the blend zip. So you simply tap spacebar and then tap zip and then get the loaded zip and hit OK, and it will load the blend zip from GitHub. And this is what we have last time, kind of like a coiling on top of it looks like a laser beam spiraling. So we're gonna modify this a little bit, and we're gonna use a grease pencil. And with grease pencil, we're gonna resample the grease pencil and then kind of make the coiling to go around the grease pencil strokes. So how do we do that? Let's start. Okay, this is a spiraling grease pencil demo. It shouldn't be too hard, but there's a few bit here and there that can be tricky. So we have this set up, and we know that there's like a bunch of circles running along the lines here. We don't need to do some complex thing like this guy. We don't need that. Keep it simple. This is the circle radius. Okay, we kept control for the radius, and this is 180 is the number of sampling. Okay, let's bring grease pencil first. Grease pencil. I hit the control space and type in GP. This will generate this little setup here to resample the grease pencil. Super handy. Okay, so that's the grease pencil being resampled, and that's pretty good. And we want this to be a cubic instead of linear. Similar, they're very similar. We can control the number of sampling, and all we need to do is to pass the grease pencil data to generate the circles, right? And let's create a matrix in. So with the grease pencil points, we want to convert this into an array, like a list of transform. So we simply plug in the vertices into the locations and then plug in the tangent. I think the tangent goes into the angle here. Rotations by default is 001, so that should be okay. It's the Z. So this matrix should now go into this guy for the circle. Plug that in, and we are almost done, except for this one thing. This count for this guy should come from the number of points of grease pencil. So this goes in there, and we are good. We can delete the line. Now we have the grease pencil, and we have the coiling seems to be happening, but it's not something not quite right there. Let's check. Okay, this is your grease pencil. I will actually should make this a little bit tidier. So this is one process. So that's the grease pencil resampling, and this one, the transform goes into to generate the line. I think this should be 001. because we are rotating the circle in the z-axis. And this is the output. We don't need to change anything there. Oh, this factory wire. Okay, the circle I think should be in the kind of z direction as well. Seems like this is already starting to work. I might need to increase the number of rotation here, and perhaps I need to do more, increase the number of sampling. Okay, now seems to be doing it. So it's rotating, and a little bit more adjustment here. Yeah, I think it's already working. I think this need like a higher number in order to get the coiling. Smaller number here. So it's almost like a spiraling. We can hide this guy, the points we don't need to see, and the circle seems to be working. If I hide the final result and just display the circle, and maybe reduce the sampling of grease pencil, so it's just a bunch of circles, right? Bunch of circles being instanced on top of grease pencil points, and using that circles, we know we just take the points and kind of connect the dots. So that's how the whole thing actually works. But in this case, we need a lot of circles, and as a result, we can have this coiling happening. Sometimes it doesn't do it perfectly, but still pretty good, I guess. So we still can control the radius. We don't need this anymore. So matrix in 716. Everything seems to be correct. We don't need slice. This one works. We can use the range integer plug into this guy to get a more kind of like coiling, multiple coiling. It's a little bit more complex. That's if you want it. Turn off the points here. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Excuse me. Let me try. Maybe I can also use a polyline viewer to get a result right away. So yeah, it's almost like the Spider-Man thing. It's actually doing a weird, it's doing this weird coiling on top of what we have already. Turn on B-spline and look smoother. It's almost looking like a rope, actually quite nice. Well, anyway, the nice thing about this is that we can change the stroke of grease pencil, and everything will still work. I wonder if multiple stroke actually works. Maybe it doesn't work. Oh yeah, it doesn't work. I need to make a little bit of changes in order for that to work. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just stop here. Spiraling thing is not so simple, but it's not that complicated either. It's actually a lot of interesting procedural thinking to make it work. Not sure what's going on there. Let me draw another spiral. Okay, there. For a screenshot, I'm gonna save this and give you the notes tree to study. So this is a grease pencil spiral GP. I'm gonna turn on matcap, turn on this guy. gonna save this. Okay, that's pretty much it for this live learning. Let me know what you think. If you have any feedback, suggestion, if you know how to make this better, let me know, and I'll put it put the update. And anytime you need something like this, you can just grab it from YouTube, from that GitHub link, or from my GitHub repository. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.